Hey everyone, hope you're having a great week. I just wanted to do a follow-up video to my last video on the Canon R5C and the different power solutions that are available for it. So if you haven't seen that video, be sure to go check it out. We actually did some battery test to see how long the batteries last with different solutions. We went over 4 different power solutions for the Canon R5C. So one of the things I forgot to mention in that video that I wanted to correct real quickly in this video was that there's only one option mentioned in that video that will power the R5C in 8K 60 with all features, and that's the USB battery solution. That will power the Canon R5C with 8K and 60p. Out of those 4 options, that is the only one that I showed there that will do that. Now, there are 2 other options I mentioned in that video. One was the Vmount battery, and the other was the Bauer Power Base, which is a little base battery that fits on the bottom of your camera. Now, those 2 solutions, as I showed in that video, will not power the Canon R5C in 8K 60. It will do just fine with 8K 30 and any other video mode, but not 8K 60. That said, you can add on to those solutions to make them work for 8K 60. To make both those solutions work with the 8K 60, you need the official Canon DR-E6C dummy battery. You can get that for about $160 from Canon. And you also need the Bauer P-tap to 9-volt barrel adapter. So there's 2 pieces of equipment, the Canon DR-E6C and the Bauer P-tap to Canon 9-volt adapter. Both of those pieces of equipment altogether run about $260. So you could use those adapters to hook up your Vmount solution, and man, you can do 8K 60 all day long, hours and hours, all day long, no problem. You can also hook that solution up to the Bauer Base battery solution that's mentioned in that video. It will work with that too. If you get that kit at that point, you have 3 different solutions that'll work for 8K 60. You have your USB battery hookup, you have your Vmount battery hookup, and you have the Anton Bauer Base hookup. So those are 3 different solutions that'll work just fine with 8K 60. You'll just need to have that official Canon dummy battery along with that barrel cable from Bauer. It'll work just great. So I just wanted to correct that. When I filmed that video, I wasn't thinking about 8K 60. I personally don't use 8K 60 or 8K 24, and I won't be using it anytime soon. Why? Because that takes up a lot of storage. My hunch is that most people are buying the Canon R5C, they're not using 8K. Not too many people can afford the amount of storage space it takes for 8K, and not too many people can afford the amount of processing power it takes to process 8K. Now, in the future, I may do that. I may use the 8K. That's one thing I like about it. It's kind of future-proofing. But for the kind of work I do now, it's just not worth it. It's not worth it at all. The 4K oversampled, it's great. It's excellent. I don't need the 8K. That's just me, though. There may be a few people out there who do need it, and if they do, hey, these are the possible solutions you can use. My hunch is that's probably a very small portion. But hey, I could be wrong. But anyway, I just wanted to correct that. I wanted to thank the commenters in my last video. This was brought up as something that I missed mentioning. It's a good point. I did miss mentioning that, but I wasn't even thinking about 8K 60. I was just thinking in general, how can you power the camera for long hours? That was the main reason I created that video, was for that. I wasn't trying to solve for 8K 60. But it is a very good point that I should have mentioned. I don't want people to be confused and think those solutions alone will power 8K 60. They won't. This is what you needed to do to power 8K 60. Anyway, I hope that helps, and I hope that people get to see both these videos so they have a clear picture of all the solutions. So do me a favor, click that like button, click subscribe, and pass the video around so people will understand the different solutions. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you again next time.